If you've been watching my videos, you already know the pattern. First, we established that Bitcoin is a zero-sum market. Every winner requires a loser. Then we went deeper, and you saw how it becomes negative-sum once you include spreads, fees, and all the middlemen taking a cut every time you buy, sell, or move your Bitcoin. Today, we're going one layer further. Because there's a hidden cost in Bitcoin that almost nobody talks about, a cost you pay even when you think you're doing everything right. In fact, you pay it because you're doing what you think is right. Most people imagine Bitcoin as a giant distributed ledger, a big spreadsheet that tracks balances. But that mental model is wrong. It feels intuitive, but it doesn't match how Bitcoin actually works. Bitcoin doesn't track balances. There is no account with a number that goes up or down. What you actually have is closer to a box full of envelopes. Every time someone sends you Bitcoin, it arrives as a separate envelope. And every envelope needs its own postage stamp when you spend it. Now, you might be thinking, okay, envelopes and stamps, so what? Here's the problem. When you withdraw from an exchange, you're only ever withdrawing one envelope at a time. But when you eventually try to spend from your cold wallet, you're not spending one envelope. You're spending all the envelopes you've collected over time. And every single one of them needs its own stamp. This is why sometimes your fee is just a couple of dollars, and other times it suddenly jumps into the tens of dollars, even if you're sending the same amount of Bitcoin. It's not random. It's the cost of all those envelopes you unknowingly accumulated. And no, just consolidate when fees are low doesn't fix it. You're still paying the penalty, just later. It's like saying, don't worry, the bill is smaller on Tuesdays. You're still paying the bill. You self-custody because that's what you're told is the responsible thing to do. But Bitcoin's UTXO model adds a hidden cost you don't learn about until it's too late. And this isn't the only side effect of the UTXO model. It leaks privacy, creates dust that costs more to spend than it's worth, bloats the chain with thousands of tiny fragments, and forces the system to generate new change envelopes every time the numbers don't line up exactly. Each of these has its own set of problems. Let me know if you want me to cover them in another video. So it isn't just the exchanges, the market makers, or the miners taking a little off the top. Bitcoin's own architecture, the envelopes, the fragments, the UTXO model itself, is another hidden cost built into the system. A cost you don't see, don't feel, and don't even know exists, until the moment you try to move your coins. It's the part of Bitcoin you only discover when the fee hits, and by then, it's already too late.